Yo 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 yo, Mac is here boys and girls, and we are looking at 3 tasty games in the menu today. So we have Avorion, we have YouTubers Live, and for the dessert we have Desperados 3. So let's not waste time like I like to do, and let's begin the video. So Avorion guys is our first game of the day and is a procedural co-op space sandbox where the players can build their own spaceships out of dynamic solvable blocks, fight epic space battles, explore mine, trade, wage wars and build your own empire to save the galaxy from some unknown enemies. Sounds interesting, so let's guys dive into it. Avorion sets you loose in a vast, procedurally generated galaxy where you live to have a mine and resources to build your ship, sell resources to arm yourself and hunt pirates for a better loot, as you make your own way towards the center of the galaxy. This promises to take months of my life and they'll be really very happy. The sense of the freedom is really intense. Well, but not to mention that this is the indie game guys, and both of its visual and UI UX design shows the limit of such production. When for example approaching stations to sell or buy resources or accrue your ship, it's not enough to go to close station and interact with it. There are specific docking points on the station where you have to go approach first. Then activate the tractor beam then to closer in and then interact with open up functional interaction menu. Really very complicated way to be honest. Well, for some it might be interesting. The ship building menu is kind of a mess too to be honest, and figuring out how to upgrade your ship, which is not covered in the tutorial, is kind of challenging. As you get richer obviously and more powerful, your options opens up, but in the meantime the game is unique in quite grinding. You'll spend a long time mining, a long time building and rebuilding your ship, a long time getting killed in your first encounter with pirates and redesigning your ship all over again, but that's the most of the Avorion charm, the building part, the designing part, and the fighting out of how terrible the design part you can be. Despite all of its jagged edges and sharp corners, I would definitely be playing more Avorion to be honest guys. It's a really very interesting music, a very interesting set and a really kind of cool gameplay without few cons, but come on, who doesn't have them? So for my pros guys, you have an procedurally generated open galaxy full of options, good ambient music and your building ship is really fun. And then the cons is kind of grinding and UI let's say, so there are not that much. So let's move on to our second game of the day. Now we're getting into simulator of my life guys, YouTubers Live. Ever wanted to live like a famous YouTuber, making millions of shares just from your stupid unconfirmed options? Say racial slurs to be forgiven afterward? Well, you'll need to play a different game than YouTubers Live, because it's about the idyllic YouTuber profession, not the reality it's gonna turn in. Well, anyway, with this being said, it's actually a far more engaging sim that you're kind of expecting. With additional polish, it could be fun, casual affair, but not in the current state to be honest. It's little more than a quirky way to experience 15 minutes of fame on a virtual platform with far too many technical issues to forgive. You can create a custom character obviously in this game. Through that, you can change about them. You can select which gender you want to play as your hairstyle color and a few other fundamental options. But there is not a lot to speak about to be honest. There's other clothing options you can purchase later on, but you'll be disappointed by the overall lack of personalization there is for. If it's a point to making them look just good for everyone else on the platform, then it's certainly doing good job in that respect. You can choose between cooking, music or gaming content for your videos, each settled for their own different requirements, minigames and roads. For my primary game I obviously choose of gaming road guys. It plays out much like I expect it to play out, especially just getting out your start and working manager budget. It's hard to recommend the game like this, but at the same time if you want to experience something that is unique in terms of experiencing a YouTuber life once in your lifetime, then yeah, it can be a really good try, but not as something like a long run game. As for a fun game, I definitely can recommend you it. And let's move to our last game of the day. And our dessert for today guys is Desperados 3, the third installment in this legendary series from Mimi Games. If you're playing with this Desperados series or indeed Mimi's Shadow Tactics Blaze Shotgun from 2016, you'll know that there essentially is a metric stealth games with a focus on the multiple characters with unique skill set to get the job done. Desperados is a prequel to its franchise, revealing the sort of origins to protagonist John Cooper, the king of cowboy swagger and his motley crew of villains. Progressions through the game is marked by recruitment of 4 other members of Cooper's Pose, and the acquisition of skills, gear and abilities to unique from each other. Every tool and a trick you unlock if you use and open a wonderful variety of options in each encounter, whether you're sneaking through the time patrol zones or have been tasked with taking out individual targets across a sprawling mission area. Desperados 3 is without a doubt one of the most tightly crafted stealth games I've played in recent years, and yet it still manages to be millable enough that you can choose to go loud, get creative with the kills or speedrun the whole damn thing. Each mission has a variety of options, challenges that are fundamental and the time limit, minimal or not saying named boundaries or killing enemies in specific way. So basically you have kind of like a sand game. For example, in one mission that sees your target railroad company's employees in the town of Flagstone, kudos is awarded for making each kill look like an ace in it. The 5 stars are so incredibly diverse that you get constantly surprised by the ideas that work out. Desperados 3 is an exceptional game created by the studio that knows exactly what they're catering for. With the UI and the control system completely rebuilt, repaired for controllers, for the director movement to point and click, and the large array of accessible options to cater players from nationalities and ability levels, there is not a lot of MMT haven't covered. The story may not be something particularly original with this genre, but the characters are likable and well written. If you're a little cliched through the simply adds on the western atmosphere that helps the plot along the even plays, despite the overall lags of the game's pushing away past 20 hours. 30 if you play maybe bad? Well, obviously like me. Incredibly well put together and theoretically crafted by the developer at the top field. Desperados 3 is a genuinely masterpiece of stealth, set stone and style-eyed heroics. So guys, this was our 3 games for today's video, and I need to say at this point bye to you, but before that, I need to check if you liked the video, if you commented and you subscribed to the channel. Thank you very much guys, Mike is here.